Hey, what's up guys? I'm Polygon, and in this video I want to do something a little bit different than what I do normally in my videos. A lot of my stuff is kind of tutorial focused, teaching you neat little tricks and stuff that you can do in ZBrush. But I wanted to make this video a little bit more general, kind of just talking about art and my personal journey, specifically around the topic of when did things kind of click for you? It's this question that I see kind of a lot in the art community of, like, what was the situation or the instance at which you were like, okay, yes, I've made it. This is it. Like, I can do art now. And the truth is that, well, at least for me, I never really had a moment where things clicked. I'm kind of still waiting for that. I've been working professionally as an artist now for about 4 years, full time. And I've never had a moment prior to that or even during those past 4 years where I felt like things really clicked to me where I'm like, yes, this is it. Like, I have everything figured out now. And I know that sounds really obvious when I say it like that, but it's a prevalent question that I see often enough that I wanted to make a video and talk about it a little bit. I think why this question gets asked so often is because a lot of the time artists or people that are kind of fairly new to art are in that situation where they don't know what they don't know, and they might be a little bit higher up on the Dunning-Kruger curve than others, but you're in a situation where you're like, you don't know what you don't know, and you want to know when you're going to know it. But in truth, it doesn't really work that way. But the reason why I say it doesn't really work that way is because we don't really notice change in ourselves, in our abilities, that often. Definitely not on a daily basis, and maybe on a weekly, very rarely, sometimes on a monthly, and more so over, multiple months, half a year. Which is why it's so important to kind of keep a backlog of your work, whether you're posting that on social media or keeping that for yourself in your own personal files, whatever it is. But having that ability to look back over your work and see your progress is extremely important. I have this little graph, and I'll pull it up on screen right now, that I found online quite a while ago that talks about your ability to recognize improvement versus your actual improvement. And I think it's a really accurate representation of, how we kind of see ourselves and how we grow as artists. You go through these slumps or periods where you kind of perceive your ability being a lot less than it actually is, and sometimes you get in areas where you feel like you're stagnating and you're not growing as an artist. But in truth, you're kind of constantly growing on this kind of continual curve where you are getting slowly better every single day. If you're practicing every single day, you are slowly getting better, but you're probably not going to recognize it over such a short period. Instead, it's more so something that you're going to recognize over longer periods of time. For me, that doesn't look like, a week or even a month a lot of the time from character to character. Sometimes I can notice like little bits of improvement, stuff that I push a little bit further on, which is something that's really important. But for the most part, I have to kind of look back over the past year and look at my progress and like see little minor improvements, things that have tweaked and gotten better. And that's where you really start to notice, how far you've kind of come in such a short amount of time. It gets really depressing when you're looking forward all the time at where you want to be, and you don't take the time to take a step back, look behind you at all the great stuff that you've done, and how much you've improved over that length of time. So I guess in terms of waiting on a moment for when things are going to click is kind of useless. If you're kind of waiting on that, it's never going to happen. One of my favorite quotes of all time is by an artist by the name of Chuck Close. He's a quadriplegic and he has face blindness, and he's just an overall awesome artist and awesome dude. But one of the things that he's famous for saying is everybody else is waiting for inspiration, and the rest of us are just getting up and going to work. And I think that's absolutely true when you're talking about trying to improve in general, as well as kind of waiting for that moment for things to click. Don't wait for that moment for things to click. Instead, grab it yourself. Grab the bull by the horns, grab it by the balls, I don't know, whatever you want to say. But go after it, and don't wait for it to come to you. That got a little unintentionally inspirational at the end, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, or if you have any questions or any topics, anything like that you'd like to see me discuss in the future, leave it down below in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.